In a year and a half, she had a complete knee reconstruction surgery, and a little bit of nerves for her today. Uh-oh. And down and stumbling is Ali Franti, number 5 for the United States. She landed wrong as she was blocking.
Looks like she shook it off well. Going back to Jordan Poulter's injury too, and getting her back on the court, caught up with her, and she was saying she felt a little bit of nerves that she hadn't experienced in a while. And I asked her, do you normally get nervous for games? She said, I don't know the last time I was nervous for a match, but today the jitters just feel a little bit different.
With a tough serve, they go right at Ali Franti, who twisted her ankle, and middle connection early. That's something we didn't see a lot of early in yesterday's matches.
Yeah, really important for both of these squads, especially Team USA, to establish that middle threat early on. It really allows that offense to be able to spread out later in the match when they start getting out of system and rallies get longer. They want to hold that middle as long as possible.
An ace serve for Franti.
Well, how about that serve? Just dropped at the last second. A beautiful float serve that dropped right in front of the passers. You see her pop that hand back, allowing that ball to drop right in front.
It looked like a little bit of traffic on Thailand's side. Tatao was going in front, and I think it kind of threw off the fantastic Wee Pao Wee, number 1 for Thailand. Just such a steadying force.
It's exactly what you want to do on some of these serves. If you see traffic happening on one side of the court, serve right at it, because it's difficult as a passer to see all those passing patterns happen and watch the ball at the same time.
Testing out the new libero Zoe Fleck on a dime, and they run the middle again to Anna Hall.
Testing out Zoe Fleck might not be the best option. She's an incredible passer, and she just demonstrated that. Really early call, great movement to the ball. Outside of her platform, still gets it in Poulter's hand at the perfect spot.
Yeah, just 23 years old. This is her first time with this team, and a dribble ace. So a couple of aces already for the United States. I don't think Coach Natapan is going to be happy with that. He's signaling his team to just calm down.
I mean, that's a beautiful serve. It's flat and clean right over the net. It's difficult when it clips it into a complete dead zone of the court in that zone 4.
Hall's serve, perfect pass. Just put it where they're not. Great execution by Chachuan.
Really smart decision from Chachuan, knowing that the middle Anna Hall was back row. So if she throws in that tip on this back row attack, Anna Hall has so much ground to make up before she's able to play that ball.
Serve to the outside, and again, it's another middle. This time, Butler.
Thailand is going to have to find a way to serve just a little bit tougher. When Team USA is in system, they're going to run this middle all night long. It seems that only the middle is committing with USA's middle. It's going to be one-on-one all night. USA is going to continue to get points that way.
My goodness, 3 aces for the United States against an incredibly good, typically ball control team. That one in front of Chachuan.
Thailand is known for their ball control, both defensively and in serve receive, and this was such a well-placed serve right between those passers and dropped at the last second, making it just that much more difficult.
There's Madison Skinner serving. There are 3 players currently on the United States floor that played the University of Texas.
Well, it's no surprise from a program that is so prolific in USA and has won the last 2 NCAA championships. Jared Elliott doing an incredible job with that program, obviously producing some absolute superstars.
Poulter, this time off the net, brings it back. Tap down from Butler.
And net play is going to be something that Thailand has to keep an eye on. They have to keep that ball off the net as much as possible. Just looking at the size differential between these 2 teams, it is not in Thailand's favor. So what they need to do is keep that ball off, because they're not going to win those tight net plays.
Yeah, I feel like these ones, for example, that one that was off the net, Thailand needs to convert that, and they haven't been, which is atypical for them. Franti takes a nice swing at the block. She is fiery, Ali Franti.
Oh, Ali Franti's so much fun to watch. She always brings that fire. It doesn't matter if it's a scrimmage, practice, or during a match. She's consistently energetic and hyping up her teammates as well as herself when she gets a point.
Down the line, Wipawi nails it. There you go, call your own number.
Smart decision from Pornpun, knowing that if it is tight, she might not have someone going up with her. Breon Butler identified a tight pass. She's got to go up, knowing that the setter is front court.
Wipawi, huge impact in last year's Volleyball Nations League. Zoe Fleck gets underneath it. Another delivery to the pin, and Franti crushes.
Another tool off the block for Ali Franti. She's doing a phenomenal job seeing that block in front of her where they're set up, and if they're not pushed and pressed over enough, she has the ability to go at fingertips and go off high hands.
Only a few points in, and Franti's fired up. Keeping the pressure on Thailand's outsides. Franti in place to pick that up. Back court, going high at the head of Wipawi.
And a really smart high swing, not going right down into that block, but going around it, over it, keeping that deep ball. And a beautiful set from Jordan Poulter, getting that back pick going as well with Sarah Parsons back there.
เขาเสี่ยงเสิร์ฟโดยอะไรขอบตะข่ายเขาขอบตะข่ายอย่างเดียวเลยเขาไม่ให้เกินขอบตะข่ายมากเพราะฉะนั้นคนที่อยู่แถวหน้าพร้อมด้วยมิดเดิลบล็อกกับตัวเซตมองบอลก่อนอย่าเพิ่งหันหลังนะผู้อย่าเพิ่งหันหลังนะดูนิดนึงนะโอเคแล้วนะอันนี้บอลเอนะบอลเอเสี่ยงไปเลยไม่1ก็5ไปเลยนะไม่1ก็5เสี่ยงไปเลย
Big energy early on. United States doubling up Thailand. Emily, I believe the coach is just wanting to settle in a little bit. The errors that they've had, the ace serves that they've given up, uncharacteristic.
A few miscommunications on Thailand's side as well. Yes, they're generally a really good passing team, but some of these aces have come from, net dribbles or going right between two passers. That receiving core has to talk really early on to avoid those.
And oh, by the way, Thailand, again, you mentioned it earlier, has not qualified for the Olympics. So there's a lot on the line here, and this is their first match of Volleyball Nations League. So a little grace, perhaps, because they've got nerves, I'm sure, as well.
It's important for this Thailand team to know exactly where they're at, knowing they're very much on the outside looking in terms of Olympic qualification. They might need to have a near-perfect VNL to do so and qualify, but especially for a team that's trying to rack up wins, as that ball goes out of bounds. This team is still trying to create energy, gain some momentum, because they also will be playing in the finals as they're hosting, so they get that automatic bid. I think they want to have some momentum going there to try to get a win or two.
For anybody that might be saying, wait, was that in? The referees have an automatic replay in, out, so there is no arguing that call. Swiping at it, that's Maddie Skinner.
Maddie Skinner, again, looking really comfortable on that right side pin. She's been practicing it in the gym for one of these situations. Just going right inside those blockers' hands. Again, hasn't played opposite in a few years, but looks pretty comfortable out there.
From the middle of the connection, not quite there yet for Thailand, where it has been running smooth for the Americans.
And Anna Hall just gets on top of that ball so quick. You think it might be a lower set than she would want, but her snap down is so fast. Watch how fast that arm comes through to put it down.
A little too hot for Pianote. Pass is good, they go back court. Poulter standing in it to dig. Slowed by the touch. Here's a chance for Thailand, and they grab it.
Incredible transition play from Thailand. Wipawi diving in on that gap set, stepping in at just the last second to get it up. A beautiful defensive play results in that transition off of the beautiful dig and the quick set outside.
Yeah, Chachuan gets on top of it. Keeping the ball on the right side into traffic. This time Anna Hall goes the other way.
Jordan Poulter's got a clear game plan. Anytime that ball is perfect, she knows it's going to be one-on-one, so her middles can just feast up there. You see Thailand's middle committing with the middle, taking away the other angle, because Anna Hall has been going back to that 5, zone 5 all night. This time goes back to 1.
More service pressure causing problems for Thailand. Poulter gives it back. to Skinner.
How about that set? Jordan Poulter looks like she didn't take a year and a half off. Completely faces the net, makes a side set. Normally you think this is gonna go to a middle. She's talented enough to send that ball back, knowing that her opposite's one-on-one.
Yeah, and Maddie Skinner thumbed down right at the line, so everybody's thinking the other way. Franti behind the service line again. Piano Wipawi for Thailand, primary passers. It is indeed Wipawi, and it's a perfect pass, and it results in a crush from the right side.
Incredibly smart play from Thailand. Pornpun bringing her middle on a quick one, and then they have that quick back opposite set as well, confusing USA's blockers, resulting in the seam and the point.
To the middle. Wipawi. Block is solid. There's actually a net for Thailand.
Thailand getting a little bit aggressive up front. You'll see the come down on the net. She finishes that swing just a little bit too tight.
Used by Thailand off the block. Beautiful angle.
USA in a good position to make that block, but Thailand just a little bit better, identifying they're not low and pressed over enough, so she can use the hand of Parsons to tool it out of bounds.
Just too much heat. Tatao in the right place. Unable to pop that up.
Ali Franti bringing the heat from the backcourt. Watch how fast his arm swing is and how fast she gets on top of it. No one's digging that ball. And I love the fire that she plays with. I mean, it could be any singular point and she's just pumped up.
Passing causing some problems. Beautiful cover. Chachuan up. It comes down a second time, though. It's just a massive block for the United States.
You have Breon Butler and Jordan Poulter up there. That is not a matchup that you like if you're Thailand. They are two physical, huge blockers that are going to continue to put up a wall time and time again. It's going to be difficult. They've got to switch it up, try to get in system more to allow their hitters those seams.
บล็อกกันอย่างนี้เลยอย่าไปบล็อกอย่างนี้ซื้ออย่างนี้เลยซ้ายขวาเสี่ยงไปเลยให้มันตีนเนี่ยโอเคไปเลย
I'm going to take a guess on that and say that Natpon was saying, look, they're blocking wide, so go between.
Go between, or maybe even go for those high hands, because going right down into it, it's not going to work. They're going to get blocked every single time. They have to, against this big block, either go for those fingertips or try to just go high and tool it.
This is Thailand's coach's first season with the team. Here's an opportunity for Thailand. One of the things, Emily, that you and I have seen over the years as we've watched Thailand is that they play with so much joy and loose usually, and it doesn't feel that way right now.
Yeah, normally this is a team that's coming out on the court and really celebrates every single point really hard when they win it, and if they don't, you know, they still got smiles on their face shaking it off. This team looks maybe a little bit rattled or uncomfortable or nervous to start this one. Normally they play pretty loose and free.
Natani Cha substitutes in and will serve. I'm not sure of the delay. The whistle will reserve. Natani Cha. Butler behind, picked up. Chase down, Flex got her shoes on. Supatra in, passing a couple of beautiful dimes as the libero for Thailand.
And a great transition play from Thailand in a broken Team USA. Jordan Poulter from the right side running to get that over. And an interesting decision from Thailand not putting it back to Jordan Poulter's zone, knowing that that would be a one-on-one. But it didn't matter because the right side got the tack kill anyway.
Going off the forearms of the outside blocker. Pushing Franti back. Chance for a nice swing. It's plenty of heat. Must be converted by Thailand here. And it is. There's a touch. Point, Thailand.
All of a sudden, it feels like Thailand's getting just a little bit more momentum. They're doing a great job defensively, keeping these balls in play. They're trying to transition them, doing the best they can, but again, taking that adjustment from that last time out, really going for those high hands has been working.
It was 17-10. Now Thailand trailing by just 4, now 5. Just when momentum was starting to build with that 3-point run. Sarah Parsons serving. Thailand stacked left, and they serve into the stack. It's the second time the United States has done that. The right side attack for Thailand having lots of success.
Oh, the right side's been incredible for Thailand, and if you're one of their setters, you're gonna feed that all night long, and she's got the hot hand. Continue to keep that ball there, because Tanacha's doing an incredible job going right inside the block. A lot of those are resulting in line kills.
Fleck underneath. I love how much the United States is using their middle. They're going to use it until you make them do something else.
Especially when it's that quick set. Jordan Poulter is doing a great job creating those one-on-ones for both of her middle blockers. They went to the gap a few times ago, but even then, when there's a two-hitter rotation, Thailand knows they have to bring that other blocker in, but Brianne Butler's so good, she knows she can just hit to the other side of them.
Pianot retakes the floor as the libero, and Jordan Larson enters the floor. Service error. Larson also did not play overseas. She opted to stay home this year. She was an assistant coach for a collegiate team, Nebraska in the United States, and also trained.
And it was a year for Jordan to really just, get her mind right, continue to build that physicality and stay in shape for a potential Olympic roster, which would make her her 4th Olympics. She's still hoping for that, but I don't know if she's ever been in a serve sub role.
Ace coming the other way from Thailand.
Thailand needs to continue to build on that service pressure. Last time they had some momentum, they killed it with a missed serve. That was a perfect opportunity to try to continue to build on that energy and momentum.
Back within 3 now. This is the closest they have been since 17-13, I think they were. Timeout, United States.
Service misses are in the front. Let's make sure they go above and, if anything, out in the back. Good service pressure when it's going in. Passers talk, be really clear on your seams. Here we go.
USA! USA! One ball,
United States head coach Karch Kirai is saying that when they have missed, the serves have gone short, and I've heard coaches before liken it to you pull the pin on a grenade, at least get it over the wall. Don't go
Let's
up
give
your
yourself
own
a chance.
side.
Yeah.
And so he was saying the same thing.
Yeah.
If you're gonna miss long.
Yeah, there are misses that you're okay with, those ones that are maybe a foot or 2 deep or maybe a foot or 2 off the sidelines, but those ones right in the bottom of the tape, those are the ones that you can't have. That's just a mental error.
Thailand, meanwhile, can they continue on the momentum that they built before the timeout? The return, Tahataya serving. Oh, and just like that. Coach's point, we call a timeout, and the server goes into the net after that. Setter Jordan Poulter, serve down the line. Outside. That time cocking it back, Chachuan lets it fly.
Thailand's having a lot of success with these overload situations. When they have 2 hitters in the same zone that could get set, it's really putting a lot of stress on USA's blockers, resulting in one-on-ones that those pins are able to put down.
Double sub coming in for Thailand, Warren Pun. Serving. course, setting from the back court. Granty reaching for it, Supatra puts it up. Here's a free ball opportunity. I'm already thinking United States may run the middle here. Instead, they go outside and get the young Maddie Skinner a good swing.
A beautiful set from Jordan Poulter. That pass not perfect off of the free ball. That's one that you have to have right on the money so you can hold those blockers just a little bit longer. But it didn't matter because Maddie Skinner was on the outside where she's most comfortable going right up and over that block.
Thailand needs to put a stop here if they're going to make a run. It's back up to 4. Pass is not ideal, but love it. But the second effort, there's just not enough first ball kills for Thailand.
Yeah, it's difficult when Thailand's a little bit out of system. They're not in a great spot to completely run their offense. USA, on the other hand, even if Poulter's 5, 6, maybe even 10 feet off the net, she's still finding her middles.
Ball is long.
Those are the misses that Karchkira is a little bit more okay with than in the bottom of the net. Ideally, you wouldn't have either of them, but at least you give your players a chance to potentially play defense if someone does touch it.
Chachuan serving down by 4, set number 1 between Thailand and the United States. Nice block, picked up, go the other way, and able to squeak it by again is Maddie Skinner.
Maddie Skinner looks like she's been on this team for so long based on how she's playing right now. She looks comfortable, confident. Poulter's feeding her, whether she's on that right side pin or outside. That just shows how much confidence Poulter has in her young pin.
Yeah, and I think it's also instilling some confidence into Maddie Skinner. You're a part of this team. She leads the United States right now in points with 5. Butler puts it up, redirect. Piano to the middle. And those are the ones that Thailand has to convert on. Any of these free balls. That time they get it done.
Thailand has the most success when they're in system and can use these overload sets. USA's middles are not doing a great job of tracking where that ball is going. And look, it's really difficult when you have 2 hitters in the same zone, but the middles are guessing just a little bit too much, resulting in Thailand's point. They have to continue to stay in system to do that.
Simpo in. Ace serve coming right off the bench.
All of a sudden, the doors crack just a little bit further open for Thailand to potentially make a late set 1 run. I mean, beautiful serve, absolutely no spin on that ball.
Donpon serving again. Wipawi shut down, just a big time block by Skinner and Butler.
Huge high volleyball IQ play for Maddie Skinner, identifying this ball a little bit more inside, not that true outside set. She took 1 left step in to get inside of it.
Set point, United States. Skinner serving. Thailand says not yet.
What a set from Pornpun, everything moving her to that left side of the court, but she gets her feet there and she's able to chuck it backwards to the right side.
Set point number 2, United States. Trouble on the pass. It's up and tight. And a net violation against the United States. Thailand's within 2 now.
That ball just a little bit too tight for Parsons to go up and get. You ideally wanted about 3 feet off. That looked about 1 or 2 feet potentially.
Time out called by the United States.
Short free seam. How do we want to solve that? Zoe, Sauce, Bree?
On that last one, we could take. We just gotta talk.
Okay.
Yeah. I could just come in right now. If it's far, yes. If it's free, I'll be fine.
running in and standing there, but just let's make sure we're locked in on that. Here we go.
Early calls, all day, early calls. USA! USA! All right, we need one.
That's a classic Karch Karai timeout where he wants that engagement. He asks the question, how are we going to solve it? Wants his team to work it out amongst themselves, the solution.
Yeah, there's a lot of coaches out there that'll say, okay, you have to pick up that ball, be ready for it. And he asks, all right, what do you guys want to do about it? You know, Zoe Fleck, are you comfortable coming in and taking it, or does Brianne need to step in and try to play that ball? He really lets this team figure out those problems on their own.
Set point number 3 for the United States. Beautiful up. One arm stab. Weep how weep. Keeps it in. It's going to go outside again to Parsons. Has to be converted by Thailand. Can they get 4 in a row? No. United States takes the first set, 25-22.
A late push by Thailand almost had them in it, but Thailand wasn't able to convert on a lot of those easier plays that normally that team has right on the money. They're able to spread out their offense and use it quick. This wasn't the exact Thailand team we're used to seeing, and I would expect them to come out a lot stronger in set 2. Team USA, on the other hand, I mean, offensively completely dominant. They were very well balanced. Jordan Poulter made it a huge point to get those middles involved as early as possible. That opened things up for the pins a little bit later in the match. What they have to do now is expect Thailand to come out really good defensively, put up a bit better of an offense. They have to match that.
Maddie Skinner and Anna Hall, each with 6 points, leading all players on the floor. What story do the numbers tell?
When you look at those attack points, really, you see USA out-attacking Thailand 16-12, but really those errors, you see USA had, what, 8 of them,
right.
But they still were able to win by a pretty good margin, and a lot of those coming from serves, but that just shows you how good this Team USA team could be.
It'll be interesting to see if the United States comes back with the same lineup or if Karch Karai will continue to tinker with it. Meanwhile, for Thailand, what's priority number 1 if they start the second set?
Thailand has to convert the easy plays. It's those free balls. It's the serves that aren't that hard. They have to find a way to put them in the pocket.
Readying for set 2, day 2 of Volleyball Nations League 2024. This is the final Olympic qualifying event before the Paris Olympic Games. 4 teams in this tournament have already qualified for the Olympics. 4 more teams will have qualified by the end of the preliminary rounds. Pressure is on teams like Thailand, like Japan, who got a massive win over the top-ranked team in the world, Turkey, earlier.
There's a lot of teams here that are fighting for those Olympic qualifying bids. We saw China last night in a much-needed win against Korea, get that in 3 sets. Every win is important. It's also important in how many sets they win in. You get more points if you win in 3 sets versus 5 sets. And say you lose a match, you lose less if you lose in 5 sets rather than 3 sets. So every set also has a lot of importance to it as well.
Brazil, of course, got a win here at home last night. There's a look at Maddie Skinner's stats. It's got to be nerve-wracking. He's 22 years old coming in. So as we look at the lineup, the United States going with the same lineup. There's a better pass from Piano to start things off. No call. Fans didn't like it. But that answers the question. Just hammered from the middle, Thailand.
Right out of the gates, Thailand goes to their middle, something they did not do a great job of in set one. Even about 5, 6, 7 feet off the net, Pornpun is able to get her middles involved. That's going to be a key to open up some of those outside attacks later on.
Chachuan going at Zoe Fleck in the middle. Again, the United States running the middle. Here comes Wee Powie right where she finished on the outside. And a power through that time. Pimpichia challenging the block.
Challenging the block because Pornpun did a great job of setting up this attack for her. She's really spreading out the offense during this set, getting the middle involved, then going to the outside, now establishing the right side as a threat too.
First lead for Thailand of the match. It's a mini. Great dig by Piano. And now we're seeing Thailand look, the Supatra, looking a little more crafty.
Yeah, a lot of finesse coming from Thailand. It's a side set coming from basically the back corner. Puts Wee Powie in a perfect situation to try to get that kill.
Chachuan again, dropping a serve, tough service, pressure, Skinner unloads, picked up well, and then forced to take it down. Great rally by Thailand.
This is the Thailand team that we've seen in years past, that relentless defense where nothing touches the floor. You might think it's gonna fall, at the last second they find a way to just get under it and keep the pressure on the opposing team.
That may have just been first set jitters because, as you said, Emily, this is what we're used to seeing from Thailand, a 4-0 start, playing crafty, mindful. Back to Franny. Ali Franti with a swing for the first USA point of set number 2.
Blocking against Ali Franti, you kind of have to switch it up a little bit. You need to be a little bit quicker to get up on the block, maybe even early because of how fast she snaps down through it.
Going for Wee Powie on the outside, and it is wide.
And that's a service error that you're okay with, almost dropping right in that corner, barely almost clipping the line. Much better than going right in the bottom of the tape.
Tatao serve got the United States in trouble, and credit Tatao, who started things off with a really tough serve.
Really tough serve, going right at those passers, but moving it outside of their body so it isn't just an easy one and done. That forces the overpass. Vichia is right over it.
United States timeout.
Getting back to our good, it's gonna be fun. Passing 8 feet off. If we don't have that swing, left sides, they're playing way off, so the tip to 3 is open. Middles, if you don't have the swing, dropping it over their back and making them work in transition if we don't have that swing so we get a better one later.
Reset! USA! USA! All good, reset!
That's an important concept in volleyball, certainly, is to pick your moments. Live to swing another day. Sometimes you'll recycle it. Coach Karai is saying just over the top if it's not your swing so that hopefully you get another.
Every swing doesn't have to be a kill. You can go in with the intention of just keeping that ball in play or maybe even taking the other team out of system.
At the same time, at this level, every time you give the team another chance to score, they might. Maddie Skinner, a lot of success for both teams from the right side.
The right side pins are doing a phenomenal job finding those gaps in the block, and Maddie Skinner has had a few of them going right in between the seam.
Hall's serve on Wee Powie. Well blocked by Butler. Another big block, but a great cover. This one's tight and tough. The ball just sails towards the antenna point, the United States.
And that's one of those ones that's so difficult as a hitter when the ball goes up, is really tight right by the antenna. You almost have to come at a different angle to try to get it over, but that's just a mistake on that set, and I think she knew it.
Ball again. Running the offense quickly. It was just long, no touch.
A smart play, just not great execution on Thailand's side. You see how fast that ball comes out. Looks like it's going to be a gap set, but barely there for the go.
Piano, one of the leaders. You can see Piano Louis Paui talking.
เมื่อกี้บังคับป๊อปหยอดตำแหน่ง2ได้คะแนนเลยใช่ป่ะเพราะเขายืนยาวนะลูกแรกดีแล้วนะตัดสินใจใหม่นะมั่นใจตัวเองด้วยมั่นใจนะเฮ้ยแรกมาเป็น7นะแรกมาเป็น7มั่นใจนำอยู่โอเค
Pin, area 6, ready for balls to come back on 16. Okay, here we go.
USA!
Steve's gonna drop this one short.
This match started with a 4-0 run by Thailand. The United States now coming back into it. So, Natapon trying to slow things down. Ball to the middle. Challenging the block is Thailand consistently. Parsons, good attack. Parsons again. This time goes deep. Thailand's defense doing the work. Butler on a gap. Instead, they go back again. What an up!
Oh.
Pin out. Brings that ball back in, and Thailand scores.
Relentless defense doesn't always get points, but that's a situation in which you wish the defense could rack up points, because it's these transition plays when you think that ball is dead. Piano coming out of nowhere to keep it alive, forcing that transition play and the kill.
I don't know if the viewers could really see it in that reaction, but like Piano, as she turned and dove, had the most relaxed face. Like she just plays incredibly free, and it shows on plays like that. That one just outside the reach as Skinner continues to deliver.
Skinner doing a really great job. If she doesn't have that seam open that she's had a lot tonight, she's able to go kind of up and over or inside the block because she sees it so well.
Over by Piano, Poulter outside. I see what Parsons was trying to do, but it was just too wide.
Yeah, it was a really smart decision by Parsons to go right up over that, and Brianne Butler doing a much better job identifying the setter dump this time around after she got burned by that in set 1. Parsons just going outside a little bit long. Wide, rather.
United States is stacked left. Wee Paui serves into the stack. Sometimes a little tenderness will do.
Yeah, a little love from Brianne Butler. That set a little bit lower than what she would have wanted. She adjusted mid-air to get that swing just inside, honestly, to keep that ball hopefully in the court.
Yeah, it just became 2 players going for it at the same time for Thailand. Pimpichia and Wee Paui. Another ace serve for the United States. What is a match like this doing for, Thailand in terms of trying to spark them into having a better running offense?
Well, even if you win a set against a team like USA, it gives you a lot of momentum, and that feeds into your offense as well. The hitters start to feel a little bit more confident.
There's a kill. The response rate of Thailand has been impressive. There's not 2 points in a row from the United States.
Yeah, Thailand looks completely different during this set. They're able to bounce back a lot quicker than from what we saw in set 1 when they continuously dug themselves in holes. Here, they're siding out very quickly.
A lot more smiling going on Thailand's side, noticed only because that is what we are typically seeing when they play free and happy. They play with great success. How about another ace for Thailand?
such a well-placed serve, identifying those passers were moving up as that serve was happening to take away that short ball. That allowed a lot of space behind to put that ball in.
Hataya all smiles. That's 3 in a row for Thailand.
Off of a few of USA's errors, he got that ace in there, more of a miscommunication on USA's side, and then Skinner coming in just a little bit snapping too hard into the net.
Hataya continues her serving run. Franti comes in like a freight train, dug by Hataya. And those are the worst kind, where you just lose your space in the court.
Yeah, I mean, that's a difficult ball to put in play. You see Jordan Poulter taking a swing at this. It's coming from behind her head, so she can't exactly see where the court is, taking a completely blind swing to put it in.
Big time run by Thailand. Franti does exactly what Coach Karai asked for during the timeout, just over the top.
Yeah, during that last timeout, Coach Karai telling his outside hitters that that zone 3, that middle front of the court is open. Should they need some kind of outlet, that was placed perfectly at the perfect time.
That was a great run for Thailand to open things up. Outside, slowed by Thai's block again. Into the middle, perfect recycle play. Piano shoulder dig. Poulter on the joust. Who's getting tired, just dropping it. Short, long rally.
Smart play, just not great execution on Thailand's side, trying to throw in that roll shot to maybe take USA out of system, as Anna Hall and Jordan Poulter had flip positions at that point. So getting him out of system would have been smart, but the execution just not quite there.
Great power. And it's in. How about that, Pimpitya?
Just slicing and dicing. Pimpitya going right down the line, going at that middle who's playing back row. Doesn't get much better than that.
And again, no arguing the line. The official waited, took a look and saw what the Bolt 6 mechanic showed him. That one, long. Thailand now with a 5-point lead.
Thailand playing very confident and comfortable. Meanwhile, Team USA, on the other hand, a lot of errors from their offense that we don't normally see.
It's a break. One punt service error. We'll see if Jordan Poulter, the United States setter, will capitalize upon it.
Now that Maddie Skinner's back in that front court on the right side, expect a lot of balls to go her way.
There used to be, many ages ago, 7 rules of serving about when you would want to not miss a serve, and one of them is right after your opponent misses a serve. It's just a momentum killer. It doesn't necessarily apply in rally scoring, but a little frustrating when you're down nonetheless.
Well, now Thailand servers going back there like, oh gosh, I really can't miss.
Yeah, exactly. Skinner's swing goes long. You talked about the unforced errors, Emily.
A lot of unforced errors on Team USA's side, and it looks like some of these sets are a bit lower than what they would want from really every angle. You see Maddie Skinner not getting full extension, that elbow a bit down by her head. So some of these sets have got to get a little bit higher and more consistent from Jordan Poulter.
Timeout, United States.
Swing for the court. Here we go.
USA! USA! Keep passing, ladies. Keep passing. Let's go.
ขยันดีเฟนส์แล้วก็ระวังเขาเริ่มหย่อนแล้วสี่จะเข้าก็เข้าไปเลย
Come
An absolute chess match happening here, the first match of the day, day 2 of Volleyball Nations League. Each team will play 4 matches over the course of this week. These 2 teams were off yesterday. Others played, and tomorrow will be the first day that we have 3 matches coming for you. Right out of it, another tough serve. Free ball for Thailand. These have to be converted. There's just not enough power to convert on those, or not converted with power, I should say. And it's hurting them right now. Too many chances for the United States. And the United States has not been able to put anything away. Who's going to take the audacious swing? Great block by Hall. People got to start to be getting tired at this point. Skinner, big time swing, gets a touch.
That's what Coach Karai told them in that huddle. He said, we just need the good swings in the court. Yeah, there might have been a few tips in there that weren't ideal from both sides, but they needed to continue to keep swinging. That's exactly what the outside did. Continuing to swing high, swing hard, and Skinner was able to put it away.
Dug to control. Now the United States looks like they're dropping them all right over the block. Meanwhile, Thailand comes with power.
And Thailand continuing to take swing after swing, and after Coach Karai told his team that they need to get the ball in the court, we've seen a lot more tips happening from them, and not even just tips, a lot of sets just over the net. That's a little bit too easy for this Thailand team that is able to convert when they're in good situations.
Yeah, maybe set 1 when they were still getting their feet under them, but not now. Look at this lead and this turnaround for Thailand. Digging a little bit of everything this time. Hall down the middle.
A great swing from Hall, just going right at that defender. Thailand in a good position to make this play, in the right spot, just not able to get under it in time.
Five-point deficit as Hall serves. Wee Powie receiving the majority of the sets, and that's just fine with her. Ball is wide. Attacked with a lot of power, though.
Yeah, Pampichia going right after that line time and time again. We saw her do it earlier, sneaking it down with some power. Going right back at it, but so close.
เราหน้า 3 ป่ะ หน้า 3 ครับถ้าได้ฟรีบอลนะ หรือบอลแรกเข้า X เข้าไปตัดทีแท้นะดูช่อง 4 ดูช่อง 4นั่นเองถ้าสมัครที่เร็วหน่อยถ้าไม่ได้หยอดจะแตะ2นะลองบอลด้วยนะลองบอลด้วยนะโอเคไปเล่นน้ำอยู่
This Thai time out from Coach Natapon, just trying to slow down this roll. Still a 4-point lead for Thailand as they look to tie up this match at 1 set apiece. Emily, we talked about it earlier. Every set counts. There's points awarded and detracted from every set.
Every set is so important for both of these teams. Team USA already qualified for the Olympics, trying to climb in those world ranking points. Of course, they're still pretty far down from Turkey, but it's important to get every single one.
Yeah, and I should correct myself. Points aren't subtracted. There's points available to earn every time. You're giving up possible points when you lose a set. Look how flat that is.
So flat coming from that middle on the gap set. Not enough time to get that snap down. She really just went flat with it right through the seam.
Supatra takes the floor as libero, as does Natani Cha serving. Natani Cha's serve at Franti, perfect pass, and they run the middle. Perfect pass, good kill.
That's exactly what Jordan Poulter ran in the first set. They started it off with so many middle attacks. They've gone away from it in recent points, especially during the second set just because the passes haven't necessarily been there to run the middle. That was a perfect example. Breon Butler's in a great spot off the perfect pass to get her going on a quick.
Lauren Carlini in now, the other setter for the United States. First time we are seeing her in action. Ball down, Carlini picks it up. Wee Pow Wee unloads to deep middle.
A lot of strength from Wee Pow Wee coming up clutch when that team needs it to try to get this set 2 win. A beautiful swing right in the seam. She's bringing the power today.
Wee Pow Wee's serve. Carlini goes outside and a crushing kill from Coutinho.
Danielle Coutinho checking in the game and Carlini going to her right away, and this moving to the left side. She sets it with the flow of the play out to Coutinho, who's able to go inside of it.
Service error, Thailand reaches that magical 20-point mark. It's always hard to come back when the other team reaches 20, especially with a 5-point lead. Flex pass is on. Back again, Coutinho. Great rip. Franti outside. Challenges the block, point USA, trailing by 4.
Franti going back to doing what she does best, going right at the hands of those blockers in front of her to tool it right off. A beautiful, high, flat swing at the fingertips.
Jordan Larson re-enters to serve. Blocked right back. United States starting to put together a run.
Danielle Coutinho checking in and stepping up for this team, putting up a beautiful block after she got beat in the seam one time before. She drops that left hand back to her middle to close up that seam this time.
Larson will serve again. Tipping the other way. Trying to get to it. There's too many bodies to get over. Well placed by Thailand.
So well placed, seeing that that outside blocker came in to help on that quick 3 set. So that opens up a lot of court in that zone 2, right over the block where no one's at.
Chachuan's control and contact so good. A couple of subs happening for Thailand. Vijaya re-enters, of course, Ornpun and Piano. Carlini back, she's had success with Coutinho, goes again, but no, door shut by Thailand.
Tadao pretty pumped up about that one, closing up that seam so perfectly to her left side. Watch her dive those hands right back in and get out there really quick.
Flex passing looks strong.
How about that set from Lauren Carlini? About 8 feet off the net, it's a low pass. She's still able to get Anna Hall involved on this gap set. That's a veteran setter. Carlini looking good, stepping in, checking in the game.
And now Poulter back in. Hall with 8.7 of them attacks. Keeping it so simple, it's beautiful. Chachuan.
Thailand's had a lot of success on the right side of the court, whether it's Chachuan in this rotation or Papichia and others doing an incredible job putting that ball down.
Thailand looking like it's coming so much more effortlessly. Of course, it's a great effort, but the first set, it looked like they were pushing and trying to find a little bit of grease. Now smooth. The block of Thailand coming alive as well, twice. Uh-oh. That one tight, Fleck redirects. Gonna come from the backcourt, net not sealed. Huge from Chachuan.
Thailand doing what Thailand does best, outlasting opponents during long rallies. That defense is relentless. It will never give up, and throughout these long rallies, Team USA has to stay disciplined if they want to match that.
Set point, Thailand. Tough one. Lead is nice, though. It's a 5-point lead, and it will be set point number 2 for Thailand.
Is that on your 7 rules of serving on set point?
Yes.
Thought it.
But again, you have to go for it here. I mean, that's why it doesn't apply anymore. Those were during the days of side out. Wee powers through, and Thailand responds with a second set win over the United States.
Huge response from Thailand. They came out flat during set 1. That offense not looking as fine-tuned and flashy as we normally see it. That team wasn't playing with as much joy and ease as we normally see them play with either. They came in set 2. They had a set game plan. The passes also allowed for a little bit more offensive balance. But man, Setter Pornpun came in and she was a difference maker, putting her hitters in great situations. Even 5-6 feet off the net, she put them in good spots to get great swings.
That was well done by Thailand, patrolling the net as well. Final point.
And Thailand did a much better job blocking. They found out Team USA's patterns. They started committing more blockers on that middle attack. USA's middles didn't have as much success as they had during that first set.
The story from the numbers.
You see Thailand again, that offense just looking a little bit more fine-tuned, out-attacking USA 14-11. Still pretty high error from Team USA in terms of that, having 9. Really dug themselves in a hole there. That win probability still heavily in Team USA's favor, but this is a Thailand team that you can never count out. If you give them an inch, they will take a mile. It's a team that's going to continuously push you, keep rallies alive. The other team has to be locked in and focused throughout.
We're going to hit the coaches now for an interview via an interpreter here, our Thai coach. Coach, well played. You took that second set. You must be delighted with your recovery after losing the first.
Again, please.
Yeah, you coach must be delighted with the recovery in the second set after losing the first set today.
ก็หลังจากที่เสียเซตแรกไปครับเซต2เราทำได้ดีขึ้นรู้สึกยังไงบ้างครับ
ก็รู้สึกว่าเราสามารถกลับมาได้นะครับในเรื่องของการเล่นนะครับก็คิดว่าตรงเนี้ยถ้าเรารักษาเหมือนเซตที่2เนี่ยก็มีโอกาสจะชนะ
He say that he happy that we can return in the set 2 and if we keep this tempo it will be good for us.
Yeah, what's the plan to try and win this match now?
แผนที่จะชนะเกมนี้ครับแมตช์นี้คืออะไรครับ
เราเน้นเรื่องการเสิร์ฟนะครับการเสิร์ฟแล้วเรื่องการรับเสิร์ฟเป็นพิเศษนะครับสำหรับเกมที่เจอกับทีมอเมริกาครับ
Okay, we emphasize with a serving ball and a receive serve from the opponent.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Good luck.
If they can keep that pace, Thailand will make their coach happy.
And one way to do that, definitely on the attack, and Thailand having a lot of success going cross court. A lot of that was seam attacks, keeping it right inside. They did a great job forcing those one-on-ones or really big seams in the block because of how fast Thailand's offense was able to be in that second set.
Andy Bodfitch standing by with Karch Kirai.
Yeah, Coach, first big match for the USA this year, and Thailand are giving you a match today, 1-1. What are your thoughts so far?
They sure are. It's a great team, very dangerous at any time. When they beat Poland in Poland at the Olympic qualifier last year, so we know what they're capable of. We were a little too error-prone in that second game. Got to get back to our steadiness.
And how do you go about the rest of this contest now? Go about winning it. What's the plan?
Play as hard as we can for the next point and make smart choices.
And just a word about being in Brazil, great volleyball country. It must be great for you to play.
It's fantastic. We're playing in the Mecca of volleyball here. Great volleyball fans.
Thanks very much.
Emily, United States head coach Karch Kirai talking about how dangerous Thailand is, and they have the opportunity to play spoiler.
And Thailand doing a phenomenal job responding, and Team USA knows that. Karch Kirai knows that Thailand is never going to lay down and die for them.
Set 3 ready to get underway. The Americans staying with their same lineup, and so is Thailand. Why not? Second set, they were much more in tune and started off well, and so as Thailand will begin serving, it'll be Pornpun, their setter, starting things off. Carving is Maddie Skinner on first swing.
Strong, confident swing for Maddie Skinner going up to start off set 3. Seeing the block in front of her, identifying that cross-court shot was open. This was just a very strong swing going right inside him.
Turning the other way, unforced error for Thailand. Remember that set number 2 started off with a 4-0 service run for Thailand.
This is something that Thailand managed a lot better during that second set, was those unforced errors. Whether it was the service line or on attack, they did a great job just keeping that ball in play.
Wipaui's pass. And that's a break for the United States, because that went long string there, the long way across, and Anna Hall couldn't get there in time.
Yeah, that's a really smart decision from Pornpun when she's moving forward, setting it back, because it catches that middle off guard. Normally, sometimes those middles will go with the setter, go out to the outside, but she sent it back because she's a smart one.
Trying to run a crossing pattern to get 3 blockers. Big crack and a nice dig over. Skinner will go again. Wipauwi digging a lot of balls. Extended roof on the block.
Big block up front from Maddie Skinner, going up and being big on it. Hall was able to close outside to her, but watch Skinner's left hand. She still turns it right back into the court. Another great touch. Anna Hall actually getting a piece of that one, dropping those hands in. Thailand takes timeout.
ถ้าเรายืดพอยืดปั๊บเนี่ยมันมาพอดีจังหวะพอดีแต่ถ้าเรารีบสะบัดมันทัดได้นะไม่เป็นไรกล้าเล่นหน่อยนะลองบอลอีกนิดนึงนะดูแล้วก็เต็มที่เลยนะโอเคนะพูดออกมาแลกมาแต้มหนึ่งมาแลกแต้มหนึ่ง
A mirror image, reverse reflection to start set number 3. Set 2 started with Thailand, 4-0 service run. Now it's the United States doing the same with Ali Franti behind the service line.
USA doing a phenomenal job responding after set 2. These attacks look a lot more strong and confident than a lot of the timid swings that we saw during set 2.
And again, a coach's point. Sometimes all it takes is a timeout right there. Let them think about it, and it kills that momentum.
Yeah, it gets you out of your rhythm, too, as a server. Sometimes when you're back there just going serve after serve, you get in a good groove. Got to take that away. A really smart decision from Thailand to take a timeout.
Yep, and the coach does not actually receive a point, for the record.
Although they should.
Exactly. Skinner, beautiful job hitting that out-of-system set.
Jordan Poulter's continuing to feed the ball outside to Maddie Skinner, or if she's on the right side, get her out there too, because she's doing a phenomenal job. This time Avery Skinner on the outside. Exciting for both sisters to be on the court at the same time. And yes, they do look a lot alike.
Yes.
That was something that was so fun to see, this VNL roster being named in those long lists. You see the 30 players that Karch Cry has chosen to pick from through these 3 weeks of the preliminary rounds up until finals, and seeing both Maddie and Avery Skinner on them was so exciting for both them, and I think us volleyball fans too, to see them on the court together.
Absolutely, and certainly for their parents. They did play 1 year of college together and 1 year of high school together, won a national championship in Maddie Skinner's first year of college. They said their parents will be at the Arlington stop to see their daughter or daughters, depending on who's on the roster playing.
This is big for Thailand to get some of those swings, use that speed to their advantage, just what they did in set 2, and that ball is perfect. They're able to use their speed and go off.
Again, fearless swings from Skinner on the outside.
Avery Skinner just hitting flat that set a little bit lower than what she would have wanted. A beautiful swing.
Again, Avery coming inside.
Jordan Poulter just getting her hitters inside a little bit, laughing that one off. Not the perfect bump set, but she's able to get it in play. Ali Franti on that one, getting it a little bit tight.
Maddie Skinner serve to the middle, perfect pass. Breon Butler closes the door. Double contact, or 4 contacts called.
Great read from Breon Butler, stepping in on that ball, being very patient, not moving till she knew exactly where it was going, but following the eyes of the opposing setter to go up really strong and block the middle.
Smooth pass, long string, and an even longer block between Butler and Skinner.
Looks like that one might have gone off Breon Butler's face at that point. A lot of space between her hands, might have taken one to the dome right there. Better look at it. Oh, she got hands on it.
Ripawi unable to bring that back in.
Really aggressive serve from Maddie Skinner, going right down the line between those 2 passers, making it so difficult for them to communicate on who's going to take it.
Maddie Skinner leads all players on the court with 11 points. Ripawi. And we had a seesaw of blocks. Thailand did some great blocking in the second set. Now we're back to the United States owning the net.
This was something that Thailand really struggled with during the 5th set, was when Breon Butler and Poulter are up front, very difficult to get across.
จังหวะนี้ลูกแรกเราเข้าแล้วไม่เข้าบ้างนะพอไม่เข้าปั๊บไม่ได้บล็อกเราทำงานไม่ได้ปั๊บมันก็หลอกเขาไม่ได้เพราะฉะนั้นเราชักเขาไม่ได้ชักโค้งแก้เนี่ยเพราะฉะนั้นแบ็คโลต้องช่วยหน่อยเพราะมันรวบนะให้เขาเคลื่อนที่หน่อยนะอย่าเล่นอย่างนี้นะเล่นตัวอื่น3 เมตรได้นะพูดนะมั่นใจนะไปเล่นมา
the score was 5-3, and now it's been a string of 6 consecutive points. Emily, what does Thailand need to do right now in terms of execution?
Thailand has to get a good pass. It doesn't have to be perfect, but just good enough, maybe even 5-6 feet off the net to allow Pornpun to run their offense.
Tape ace, the most delicious kind of ace.
That's one that's so difficult for Thailand to defend because they have crossing patterns with Hatia and Pornpun going through that ball that's coming at them. It's very difficult for them to move in time and then get set to also make a play on it.
Oh my goodness. Thailand having a terrible time. Butler to the middle. I'm not sure the connection was there in terms of the set, but the thought process was brilliant.
Yeah, such a smart, high volleyball IQ play from Breon Butler. Not in the best situation, but just a little touch right over the block to that zone for a perfect shot if you're middle running a quick with the blocker coming in from the outside.
Thus ends the run, but it was a big one. 8 points for the United States in that run. Skinner comes right back and attacks.
Great swing on the outside from Skinner, getting on top of that so quickly, and Avery's able to just go right on top of that block. When it's coming out that fast from Jordan Poulter's hand, she knows that she has to snap down just a little bit faster than normal.
Avery Skinner serving at Wee Pow Wee, as has been the game plan. Campfire drops right in the center.
That's just a miscommunication on Team USA's side. If your block gets a touch like this, someone has got to play that. Ideally, you would want that to be Franti coming in, because that's really one of the only balls that she has to play.
Supatra communicating with her team as they have a large deficit to try to overcome. Franti high hands, beautifully picked up by Wee Pow Wee. Tip is too deep. It's the other Skinner from the backcourt. Avery Skinner kill.
A pass to attack action from Avery Skinner coming in to get that ball perfectly up for Jordan Poulter, and then gets back just in time to make that full approach into that hit.
Avery Skinner last year was her first year with this team at Volleyball Nations League. She came out week 1 and impressed. Coach Karaya has been a fan ever since. Ball on the back line, point United States.
And this time it's Maddie Skinner. And you mentioned last year when Avery came in and the confidence that she had. We're seeing the exact same thing from Maddie Skinner now, leading this team, leading the entire match in points. She looked exactly the same as Avery did coming in last year.
Butler's serve from the outside brought in. Now Tanica setting and handling that joust.
Team USA putting on an absolute clinic in terms of offense. They're able to convert so many of these plays right now on these tight balls too. Doesn't matter in or out of system. They're putting up really solid sets for their outsides or right side pins to get after it.
Number 21, Tanacha enters. Gonna be coming right in from the middle, and immediately they set her for a kill.
And that was huge for Thailand to side out right away. We've seen them get in ruts and get themselves in a hole in terms of serve receive, getting balls off the net or getting aced. This was a phenomenal response right away. Perfect pass, going right to that pick attack.
Big wind up, better dig. And smooth sailing. Poulter's been waiting to drop one in.
Really smart decision from Poulter. She hasn't been too offensive this entire match unless that ball is really tight. But what made that so effective was she went up and looked like she was going to set the ball, and at the last second tipped it over with her left hand.
Pinot back on the floor. They keep the ball as far as possible from her on the serve. And Chechuan continues her effort out of system.
A really great swing, and what she's doing well is hitting the ball pretty flat. It's going somewhat deep if that's a little bit lower than she would want, but she's able to just swing really flat and clean going out the edges of the court.
Yeah, you can't set high against the United States. It's just too much time for their big blockers.
Yeah, the only thing that you can beat physicality and aggressiveness with is speed, and that's exactly what Thailand does. They try to run that offense as quick as possible and try to make the blockers move quicker, decide quicker where they're going, and that's when Thailand's having success, when they can run that quick offense. To do that, though, you need a good pass.
Ball tags the back line, point Thailand, Tanacha.
That's what a good pass gives you. It gives you options to run anybody in your offense. And watch USA's blockers. They're confused as to who's getting this set because they think it's going to the middle. They sneak it outside.
Avery Skinner, deceptive, it's up and over. Bigger swing from Hall, picked up again. Great job by Thailand. Sinpo uses the block against them.
Just that relentless defense of Thailand in a scramble play. Someone gets that ball up. It might have been a kick to keep that next save, but they stay in it. Their defense is relentless, allowing those transition opportunities to happen.
Another big one, and it is picked up by Supatra. Pounded again, Supatra, right in her lap. Here's a free ball that's not going to go over for the United States. Another point.
Yeah, that's just a mental error. I mean, yeah, you want to get the ball high to give your team time, but at the end of the day, that ball has to go over the net.
Supatra just sitting in the line, so efficient. Attacking inside, Simpo doing some good things.
It's exactly what you want from an outside that's checking into the game. You want them to be as fun as possible, to bring an energy, maybe some new momentum, a spark that your team might need.
Butler. Middle coming back, it's so quick. From Thailand, Maddie Skinner ripping every ball. Got caught up in that one, point Thailand, and there's the celebration and the joy.
That's what makes this team so fun. Yeah, they might be down 9 points in this set, but they're going to continue to have energy, to have big smiles, big celebrations, and celebrate those little points to try to gain any kind of momentum they can headed into the next one.
A good ball down, and Maddie Skinner and Avery Skinner still owning the pins for Team USA.
Breon Butler stepping up big in terms of this block, doing a phenomenal job staying set on her middles and not moving, getting those hands up early when she sees they're getting set.
Ball out. Get out, as Team USA is saying.
And that ball just going right outside, turned a little bit too far on those shoulders.
That's the way you reach over and block a ball.
Now, how about that press from Maddie Skinner on the outside, putting those hands so far over the net. A beautiful, Avery rather, getting those hands over.
There is a challenge on it to see if there was a net touch. It also can serve as a bit of a timeout, if you will.
Looked clean to me. Beautiful block.
That's grabbing the ball. Maddie Skinner's serve has been a lethal weapon. Free ball. Fleck brings it back in from the backcourt. Franti punches the sideline.
A great play from Zoe Fleck chasing this ball down to the back corner. It's difficult even on a free ball situation. When the ball's in the back corner, as a libero, you're asked to carry so much weight and cover so much ground. She was able to transition that play.
Set point, USA. From the right side, off the block, well executed. Can Thailand get some momentum going? You mentioned it earlier, to go into the fourth set.
Yeah, it's probably not about winning this set at this point, but what they need to do is create some kind of momentum and a spark headed into the next one.
Set point number 2 for the United States. That's just a recycle, keep it swinging. So you can take the big swing next.
Oh.
And that's what she does. Skinner unloads.
Absolute missile from Avery Skinner on the outside, commandingly leading Team USA to that set 3 win. A great response from this team as they dropped set 2, but they came out firing from the jump here in the third.
United States leads this match 2-1.
And Avery Skinner really providing a spark on the outside, something that they hadn't necessarily had through those first 2 sets. She's doing a phenomenal job stepping in right away, no nerves, no nothing, looking confident and comfortable out there.
After a close first 2 sets, the United States domination in set number 3. And the numbers, again, it's just about blocking of the United States.
Yeah, and it looked like Thailand at some point was just swinging and hoping for the best, not being tactical in their swings, not swinging high or at fingertips, just swinging to try to get the ball over, resulting in a lot of stuffs for the Team USA.
Yeah, a very different look than what we saw from Thailand in set number 2.
Thailand came out in set number 2, got off to that 4-0 run and looked really calm, confident. Their offense was firing. They have to get back to some of that offensive finesse that we saw.
Ready for set number 4. Will the United States be able to finish it out? This is the opening match of Volleyball Nations League for each of these teams. We've seen a little bit of a roller coaster.
And both teams have taken different advantages throughout the match. We saw set 1, USA came out and looked pretty good against Thailand, and then complete flip. Thailand got off to a really hot start during set 2. Team USA couldn't catch up. Set 3 was an absolute thumping from USA. They looked like a well-oiled machine, both offensively and defensively, especially up front from a blocking standpoint.
It'll be interesting to see what the United States puts out on the floor right now. Yes, they do start with the Skinners on the floor. Otherwise, everyone remains the same.
Thailand talking a few things over, especially on that passing front. That was something they really struggled with in that third set. They weren't able to get quality passes up to the setter to run that fast offense.
Yeah, Donpon getting the start here, number 4 for Thailand. United States will serve. Poulter, first serve, set number 4. And the blocking continues for USA.
Doing exactly what Team USA did during that last set, form an absolute wall up front. What they did well was turn that right hand, or if it's the other pin, turn that left hand inside the court, not allowing Thailand to use them.
And right back, plenty of power from Pimpitia.
Pimpitia had a lot of success going right down that line. Team USA making somewhat of adjustment, trying to take that away, but they're still giving a little bit too much, and in a one-on-one, she can hit anywhere.
Pancaked up by Supatra. Beautiful back set, Fleck all over it. Skinner loves the Beck. Avery Skinner unloads.
Skinner great from all around the court, but especially on this big attack, she's always ready to run it. Even in some of these chaotic plays, she's ready and available.
From the middle, little cleaner attack, Tatao. More middle needed from Thailand.
Thailand doing a much better job that time, getting that pass up in a place where they could get Tatao the ball. That's what a perfect pass allows. Those unforced errors again for Thailand. They have to find a way to control those, whether it's from the service line or attacking. Keeping that ball in play is key.
While still having the aggression, right? That's the key. Hall serve. Doubling up, nice kill. Donpo's excited.
Yeah, this team gets excited anytime they get somewhat of these good kills, especially when it's a none-on-one situation. They're gonna win that every time.
Another service error for Thailand.
Thailand has to find a way to keep that ball in play. They shot themselves in the foot during set 3. A lot of errors, and they weren't able to get themselves out of that hole. Controlling those is going to be key here in the 4th.
USA has had 12 service errors, but have kept lots of pressure on. Donpon again on the outside. Ooh. That block, straight back. And then Skinner just doing cleanup at the net.
Team USA is completely owning the net, whether it's in an attack situation for Thailand where they're forming a really well-formed block, or on these overpasses. USA has the height advantage against Thailand to put these balls down.
Maddie Skinner, tape. Great change of pace from Pipicia.
Beautiful change of pace. She had an error during her last one, so she went to just keep that ball in play and just a little touch right to the middle of the court. A beautiful shot.
Franti with a snap.
Huge swing from Ali Franti. We haven't seen her take too much off speeds today because she's having so much success using that heavy arm, especially from the back court. She can put even more of a snap on it.
Patrolling the net, United States.
U.S. being aggressive, using that physicality toward their advantage, doing a really great job on the pins, bringing those hands back into their middles. Smart decision from Poulter.
A serve from Skinner.
Beautiful serve, getting this high and deep and flat right between those passers, making them talk about it and hitting it high enough to where it's difficult to get your platform around.
Timing's everything, and Chachuan is playing with her timing.
A great swing, this time going back to the right side of the court. That long set that Pornpun likes to do when she's moving forward, just jacking it all the way back.
Don Pon serving. Perfect pass. Great block by Thailand. You could hear on the mic, no Maddie, meaning don't take the big swing, you're gonna run into something. Thumb down, carving, absolutely surgical.
What a shot. If the cross court is open, that's exactly what you want to do. Turn that right thumb down, you can just carve it right inside. Chachuan executing that well.
Franti again.
Franti using that power to just barrel through the block. We haven't seen one off speed from her tonight because she's using that heavy arm to her advantage, and whether or not she's getting a touch, she is going right through it.
Yeah, Franti has 10 attack points. Just looking for that connection.
That'll keep Breon Butler back on the service line, and Thailand has to find a way to side out as soon as possible because Breon Butler gave them a run for their money in that third set.
Timeout, Korea.
แต่ว่าแก้ไขสถานการณ์ได้หน่อยเดียวนะบางทีเอ็กซ์มันยัดเตี้ยปั๊บหยอดไปก่อนเล่นไปก่อนนะลูกแรกเราดีแล้วนะเหลืออีกนิดนึงแค่นั้นเองความแม่นยำนะแม่นยำนะแล้วก็ลองบอลนะแรกมานะยังได้อยู่แรกมาไปเล่น
I'm gonna do a burpee for every time she does that from here on. It's so frustrating.
I'm just saying that it's better to just wait and then
Remember, there's a lot on the line for Thailand as they try to qualify for the Olympics. This would be a massive win for them. They did win set number 2. Meanwhile, we heard Skinner say, I'm going to do a burpee for every time she does that. It's so frustrating, but I don't know what it is. We'll just look for the burpee, I guess.
Yeah. Good timeout taken by Thailand, stalling that serve from Breon Butler, someone who gave them a really tough test in that third set. Great to get her off the service line as soon as possible.
I feel like as a server, you cannot give those coaches points. Like, you have to figure out a way to not give that while still at pressure. Wow, there's down and then there's straight down.
Anna Hall has been so impressive tonight. Even if that set isn't perfect, it's in a good enough window for her to identify and snap down so quick. She might not look like it, but she's got such a heavy arm.
And I think she's shown that arm today. Fleck to Skinner. They played on the same USA team.
Beautiful ball. And that's a ball that they know very well. Fleck coming in at Texas, setting Maddie Skinner a lot of balls during their time when they won a national championship.
No touch. And Thailand is saying touch. And so they have self-confessed the United States has ball Thailand right before the challenge occurs.
A perfectly executed play by Chachuan, just swinging high and flat. If there's no blocker there, yeah, that ball is going out of bounds, but she's smart enough to know that if there's hands up, she's going to clip them.
Just long.
And those are plays that you'd ideally like to see your players follow all the way to the line because it's really close. You need to make sure that that ball is out of bounds.
Wow. Crushing kill from Maddie Skinner.
And no question about that. You give Maddie Skinner an open net, that ball's coming back at you 3 times as fast. Skinner left no questions about this one, going right into the floor.
Skinner's debut, Maddie Skinner's debut at VNL, she has 17 points. 12 of them from attacks, a couple of kills, and how about another block? That's her third.
Almost taking out her teammate as well. I mean, Maddie Skinner is playing out of her mind. You always wonder how some of these college players' games translates to the next level professionally. This is exactly what Maddie Skinner did while she was at Texas. We saw it at the national championship against Nebraska. She's taking the court, doing the exact same thing right now, just taking over.
Much more difficult to do at this level, and just incredible. Good use of the block by Thailand to stop the bleeding.
That was a perfect point that Thailand needed to try to claw their way back in this set. It's going to be a long road for them, but if they can do more of that, they have a chance.
Avery Skinner pass. Chachuan playing with her head. Pushing into the block.
Avery Skinner now getting tooled twice in a row. Expect her to really use that left hand and bring it back into the court on this next one. She doesn't want to get tooled for a third time.
Chachuan's serve is long. Thailand's had 3 service errors in this set alone, now 4 after that one. Meanwhile, the United States, second ace of the set.
What a serve. Zone 1, back to zone 1, dropping it right on the sideline. That is so difficult to pass if you're Chachuan. It's coming to the right side. It's difficult to bring your platform around and bring it into your setter. Beautiful serve from Hall.
To the middle, inside the back line.
That all starts from a beautiful pass. They can get that middle involved, and Tatao seeing that seam in the block, hitting it back to zone 1. Oh.
Bounce town. Both Skinners bouncing from the pins.
Yeah, they're having an absolute field day up front. Anytime they're getting set, they're using that heavy arm to their advantage and not leaving any question for if that ball is going to go down. Almost 100 kilometers an hour.
I don't envy Karch Karai the decision of paring down his squad into an Olympic field of 12 plus one official alternate.
And that's such a difficult thing that Karch Karai has to do, especially when you look at that outside position. They have so many good outsides right now that could be viable. Of course, you see the names like Jordan Larson, Kelsey Robinson, Cook, some of those veterans, but man, these younger players are really testing them.
Pimpichia changes the conversation with an ace serve.
Thailand's gonna have to continue to bring that service pressure, keep it on those outside hitters, force them to work just a little bit harder.
And they do go down the line again, as you would expect. And that's one of those times where they're making you pass, then hit, slightly off.
Yeah, you gotta think about it just a little bit more. Skinner a little bit off in that approach, hitting really flat on that ball. She's not able to jump high enough to get down and snap down on it.
From the middle, Franti continues to soar.
Franti's been all around incredible. Really from the start of this match, she is bringing the heat time and time again. It doesn't matter if she's in the front or back court. Poulter knows that if she needs that set, she's gonna bring that heavy, heavy arm.
Substitutions entering for Thailand. Hornpan has re-entered. Avery Skinner will serve. Great opportunity to see a little bit of the stack to the left right now for Thailand as Skinner serves. Fleck lifts it, and Skinner puts it down.
Good transition play from Team USA. Fleck getting right under that ball. She's so good when you think that ball's down. She finds a way to just go under it. A beautiful play. Perfect pass. They get that big going, and Skinner's putting it away.
Nice dinner time game here in Rio de Janeiro. First of two matches that we're bringing to you from this location tonight.
Be a fun one up next with Dominican Republic and Serbia. Two aggressive teams that are going to play real physical later.
Love the swing, an audacious swing through the block.
If Thailand's going to come back in this game, they're not going to do it with tips. They need to continue to keep those swings, just like this one, taking swing after swing, trying to chip away at that lead.
Zessie Popcorn entering and taking a nice swing. Out of system. Block is there. Here it comes again. Crafty. Love the work from the outsides in Thailand.
And a beautiful job from the outside on a ball previously in that rally. It was a recycled ball. She put it just right in the block, knowing that the coverage was there to get it up, to take another swing at it to get the kill later.
Chachawan is such a heady player. From both sides, from the service line, just thinking the game constantly, another serve towards that line. Dampan with a great serve. Point USA.
Ali Franti continuously just rip after rip, switching up her shots well. She loves that cross-court seam, and if Thailand's gonna give her that, she's gonna take a lot of it and bring it with the hammer.
Jordan Larson enters to serve again. This has been her role in this match. Oh, what a dig. Now the buzzer went off in the middle of the rally in the arena.
How about that dig from Larson?
It was an inadvertent buzzer.
Sometimes that'll happen if it's a challenge, but there wasn't really anything to challenge during that play.
Yeah, it was just an inadvertent buzzer.
Well, a good dig from Larson.
Thailand stacked left. Larson left last time. Serving the libero from Thailand again. And that time, no rally gonna happen. How excited are they?
Well, that's what you get when you put the ball right on the libero. She's gonna absolutely dime that, and they can run this tough offense. So Chachuan going right down the line again. P&O, pretty pumped about it.
Only down by 4. Can Thailand come back in this set and push us to a 5th? Maybe. Franti, though, keeps heat on the ball.
Franti's been consistent throughout this entire match, but really over the last 10 or so points, coming alive again with that swing. Jordan Poulter is feeding her, knowing that she's a hot hand late in the set.
Chicken winged up by Poulter. Franti again. P&O's dig was good, and it sets it up again. Another run around the court for Team Thailand.
And this Thailand team is so fun to watch. It doesn't matter if they're down or up. They celebrate every point so hard, and they know how big this set is if they want hopes of potentially pushing a 5th. And right now, they're making this late set effort to do it.
And they have leveled up their celebration, and I really do wonder if they're saying, hey, look, let's go back to the energy that we are. They're within 4 in a must-win set. That ball's good. Point USA. 2 points away, the United States is, from winning their first match of Volleyball Nations League 2024. Block straight down.
USA has been doing it all night long. That block, an absolute wall up front, inching Team USA closer to that win.
From the backcourt, ball is out. The United States gets a win over Thailand in 4 sets.